pops the...
Yeah, I got it.
So I tested it by removing that rod and then pushing down on that so that this could spin freely, so the brake was definitely disengaged, and then with the other hand carefully pulling the trigger so that it started, and it was still sparking like hell out the back where the brushes are. So I guess it's not just the brake that's the problem. Possibly, I don't know. I wonder if maybe one of the coils in the motor is burned out, possibly from the brake, creating too much resistance to it spinning. So here's the Ryobi chainsaw handbrake. When that moves, it moves that thing, which when the motor's in place, that groove there goes around this link here. So when that moves forward, this comes down and it rests on that pin there, which twists that up and pulls this strip of steel up, which that strip of steel is the brake that it goes down inside there and wraps around a drum to stop the motor. And so when this is back, this is back like it is now, and that's straight, and that holds a gap off of there. So right now it's just this spring holding that back and pulling the brake on. So when you pull the trigger, there's a push rod that pushes on this thing, and that's supposed to push it down like that, which disengages the brake. So there's the drum on the motor, and then that fits inside there, and that strip of wire is the brake, and that push rod pushes that, which loosens the strap around the drum to release the brake. So with the chain brake pulled back, that moves it up, and now when you pull the trigger, that push rod should push that bit down when that little lever pushes on it. But what's happening is it's turning the switch on. Oh, switch has moved. It's turning the switch on before it's actually, well, it's not even pushing it at all. Okay, that pivot there is moving a bit because the other half of the case isn't on it, but I'll do it with it all put back together, and we'll see if the brake releases or not. So I think I don't know. I think I think it worked when we first got it. We haven't actually used it very much. I don't know if maybe, I don't know what could have changed that would have stopped it from working. But this is a bit flexible, that arm there, it's a bit thin. There's a fair bit of play in that. Okay, so the brake's engaged. So if you pull the trigger, you can hear the click of the switch right there. But the brake's okay, so it's barely moving. Doesn't actually get freer until you really squeeze the trigger hard. But even that is not, I think, fully disengaged. So here's the brand new replacement for the one that was broken. I just took it to the shop and they returned it. Well, they exchanged it with under the 4-year warranty. And so with the guard thing forwards, that's locked. But with it back, this one's different to the other one. It's actually not locked. It's just you can feel it. There's a bit of extra friction there. And then when you pull the trigger, it's even easier to turn. This is like a bit of friction. So I'm just going to pull it apart and have a quick look to see how they've changed it. It looks identical as far as I can tell. There's still a bit of like play there between where when you pull the trigger and that actually touches the lever to push it down. Yeah, I don't know if it's changed at all or what. I guess I'll keep an eye on it over time and just check that it's still spinning freely before the switch engages.